Hi everyone, welcome to this update video. I really do hope you are doing amazing. We're going to be talking about what is going on across the North Atlantic as per usual. And we're also 49 days out from the official start of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. And there's been that rainfall increase in parts of the Caribbean as anticipated. We're going to be looking at that as well. It's not over just yet. Now, let's get into the details. So as we're looking at this graphic of the North Atlantic, we can clearly see that frontal system which extends down into parts of the Caribbean and even towards Central America. We can see all that color and those white dots which are indicative of lightning strikes. So there's a bit of quite a bit of activity within the southwestern Caribbean Sea right now. Elsewhere, going along the intertropical convergence zone. Now that's an area where the trade winds of the north and southern hemispheres meet. And when they do, we get that rise in air motion, which contributes to atmospheric instability. And that leads to the formation of showers, thunderstorms. We see all this convection. And right now, we can see a bit of action going on out there. And the tropical waves that are eventually going to be developing, coming off of Africa, propagating westward, they move along the intertropical convergence zone as well. And that can also boost the activity associated with them. But as we take a closer look at the Caribbean region itself, there's been a lot of rain in some areas, Hispaniola for parts of Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and even Jamaica, especially the eastern parishes. So there's been some action over there as well. As I said, this is not quite over just yet, and we see some more activity, as I had mentioned, in the southwest Caribbean Sea, just within the vicinity of Costa Rica and Panama. So it's very active down there. Elsewhere in the Caribbean, it's a pretty tranquil afternoon, maybe quite windy in a few spots as well. And as we're going to be heading through the next day, this is a look at our rainfall forecast from the Euro model. And as we see more color, that indicates more rain. So it's going to continue for parts of eastern Jamaica and some of our eastern parishes. There could be some additional periods of heavy rain. Again, that flood threat, it's still a possibility. And especially for Hispaniola, for parts of Haiti and the Dominican Republic, there could be some heavy rain as well. And also, as we go down to Costa Rica, Panama, we see even more color, those shades of purples and that pinkish color popping up there, going up to 3.5 inches. That is some pretty substantial rain. And even for the Isles of San Andres and Providencia, there could be some additional downpours between now and even as we head into tomorrow afternoon in the early afternoon hours. Across Puerto Rico, there could be some showers here and there. The Virgin Isles, the Antilles, ABC Isles, there's not going to be as much rain, but there could be a brief shower or so. Northern South America for parts of Colombia, Venezuela, and also heading to the Guyanas, maybe a little bit active. Much of these Central American territories going from Nicaragua northward should be on the drier side, but we could see some showers lingering around in parts of Belize, Guatemala, the Keys as well. Same thing for the Cayman Islands, not much expected though. And I think should also be on the drier side for most of Cuba, the Bahamas, and also the Turks and Caicos Islands. Now, as we're going to be heading into this week, this is a look at Tuesday, the 15th of April. And now this is the precipitation map from the GFS model. Now, as we see more of these green shadings, that indicates the moisture. And that's where we would typically find those areas of rainfall activity. And note that this is a forecast. Now, as we're going to be heading into Tuesday, we can see a little bit of a rain surge in parts of the Western Caribbean, which includes some areas of coastal Central America, maybe even Jamaica and the Cayman Islands as well. And even as we head into later Tuesday, early Wednesday, we can still see all those green shadings lingering about. As we see those darker shadings popping up, that is a sign that, hey, there could be more rainfall here. As I said, this is just a forecast, but there could still be all that lingering moisture, which may help to contribute to additional periods of rainfall activity. Overall, as we progress throughout April, going to the end of the month, and even into May, we're going to see quite a bit of increase in rainfall activity, thunderstorm activity as well across much of the Caribbean. Eventually, we're heading to summer, which is when we get the most atmospheric instability, and it's generally a part of the rainy season for the Caribbean region on a whole. And then in last week, La Nina is over for now. So within the ENSO region, that's the El Nino Southern Oscillation, we're no longer in a La Nina, and La Nina would be more to favor tropical development. So now we're in neutral conditions. but there's going to be a chance increasing for La Nina to return later this year. But what would that mean for the hurricane season? Well, that is something I'll definitely be delving more into alongside any new forecasts as we head into this week and even into next week as well. We should get some more information in regards to the forecasts that the various organizations, agencies are anticipating for this upcoming hurricane season. But this is one of our greatest parameters, which helps to influence development or sea surface temperatures. And across the Caribbean, very warm. Normally the requirement is around 26 degrees Celsius. And we see 27, 28 degrees Celsius, maybe a few spots with a 29 degrees Celsius isotherm. Definitely very warm in the Eastern Pacific. Right now, we see 30 degrees over there. And that's a separate hurricane season, the Eastern Pacific hurricane season. And that officially starts on May 15th, which is just around 2 weeks before the Atlantic hurricane season starts. The Gulf is also warming up, and that's pretty typical at this time of year. Things just slowly start to get in place to eventually support tropical development. And that's going to be the trend over the next not just weeks, but also months. So guys, that is essentially what I wanted to bring to your attention. The fact that we still have that frontal system lingering. We've got an airflow pressure, some troughing going on, which is helping to result in all of that moisture and atmospheric instability. So there could be those additional periods of heavy rain. So please stay safe. And that is pretty much what I wanted to bring to your attention in this video today. I do hope you found it to be quite informative. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll get to you when I can. And remember to always be weather-wise.